Hey.
I told you, you don't want no problems, I'm with soldiers. Yeah.
Okay, today's just going to be a short video because I've noticed that I started this channel and I haven't done a about me video. It's just been horrible, cringy, pointless videos on here. So this is going to be all about me thing. Kind of short, but it'll be good. Okay, so I'm from Myrtle Beach. Lived all around there, like Arrowhead and Carolina Forest and Salt Lake City. And I moved to Aner when I was like 5 or 6. And that's where this accent comes from. Yeah, redneck strong, okay? But, we moved here with my dad, my mom, and my sister. And my sister, 6 years older than me. And, my mom and dad got divorced. It was soon after we moved. And then we lived in one spot in Aner for 5 or 6 years, probably 5. And then one day, our new neighbor decided to poison my dog Bella. That was basically a little human. And then so we got the cops involved with it. And then the animal control person came to my house and was talking to me, saying that they couldn't do anything even after we gave them evidence. And then as soon as she left our house, 30 minutes later we got an eviction notice saying we had to be out in 15 days, 15, 30, I don't remember, but it was an illegal amount because it's supposed to be 30 days, but it was 20 or 15. And then so we were like, okay, this is bull. So we packed up pretty fast and we left. And we moved not even 5 minutes down the road. And it was right on the little highway, so cars going by my house all night, all day, very loud. And then that's a long story. I'm not even going to go into that. We got an eviction notice from living there, even though it was my stepdad's land. My mom married somebody else. Well, they weren't married yet. But after they got married, we got an eviction notice, even though it was basically his land. And he didn't even know it. So, we were out of there in a year or two, and we moved to the river. Close to the river, which is 10 minutes away from where I live now. And we lived there, loved it because we had 4-wheelers and golf cart and boats and dirt bikes, and I had so much friends on that road, and everybody can come see me, and I can just go ride to the river whenever I wanted to. I could ride 4-wheelers whenever I wanted to. I could have fire if I wanted to, and all that fun stuff. And then one night I was in Virginia with my Nana, my Papa, my dad, and my little brother. My little brother was 3 at the time. This was last July of 2018. And because I had been in Pennsylvania for 2 weeks visiting my dad's parents, like I do every summer. And so we were in Virginia meeting halfway, 5 hours there and 5 hours to home. So we were there and we were sleeping. Well, I wasn't sleeping. And my friend called me on the phone. And she FaceTimed me. And then I had to go outside because people were sleeping. And so we were at this little campground. And I went outside and I answered the phone. And then she was like, "Harley, your house is on fire." And I was like, "What are you talking about?" And I started yelling, and I could have sworn I woke the whole campground up. And she's like, "Harley, your house is on fire. Look, look, look." She turned the camera around and showed me, and I still did not believe her. I thought she was just messing with me. Because, I couldn't really see because I was connected to the campground's Wi-Fi because I had 2 phones at the time. And one of them didn't have sound, the microphone won't work. And the other one, had to be connected to the Wi-Fi. So I was like, you're kidding. What? And then she's like, look, look, look. She was like, I was coming down the road, and then I looked over and your house was in flames, da da da. And I said, what are you talking about? I said, where's my mama? Where's Ryan? Where is my freaking dog? And she was like, I don't know if Levi's inside, da da da. And I was like, if my dog is dead from a fire, I'm going to. And then I was like, where's my mama? And she's like, I don't know. My mama went and tried to go bang on the door, but there's so much fire coming out. And then she showed it to me. And I would throw up a picture, but I don't have it anymore. And it was like my house, and then out the back door, the windows, and like the window that was in the back door was blown out. And there was just fire shooting out of it. It was horrific. There was just smoke coming out of the roof. It was so bad. Everybody was trying to call my mom. My next door neighbor called my mom. 2 people across the street over there called my mom. There's 3 houses in front of us called my mom. House over there called my mom. And then they all called 911. So there was like 12 fire trucks that showed up because they all called 911. Nobody could get a hold of my mama or my stepdad because they were down the road like towards the river a little bit more. And they were like, they had no service because around here we have no service. And then finally, they went to come home, and as soon as they pulled out of his driveway, their friend's driveway, all their phones just started blowing up. And then finally, I called my mama, and I said, get home now. And then she was like, I'm going. And they were driving, and they got there. And my mama, like everybody said that before the car even stopped, my mama opened up the door, ran out of the car, and just fell to her knees. There was like so much people there. And I was 5 hours away, so I didn't know what to do. I was freaking out on the ground, on the rocks, screaming and crying. And then, oh my gosh, y'all, I cried so much. It was crazy. So, we got up early the next morning, and we drove home, and I was fine. I was calmed down. I was on the phone with my mama. The American Red Cross has already been there. Insurance companies and all this stuff. And then I got over there, and I got to my house, and there was people there, like, just sitting there, and I was like, this is really my house right now? You're kidding me. All of our stuff was ruined, and it's crazy because, like, we were just in the middle of remodeling our house. Like, new floors were getting put down, new furniture, new paint. It was all getting redone. New cabinets, and it was all gone. And so I got dropped off, and I like peeked my head through the doors and looked, and I was like, this can't. This like is not. So we had nowhere to stay, but luckily my mom has some pretty great friends. And my mom's friend let us stay with her for a few weeks. But it was still over the summer, so I was barely there. I was either at my friend's house or at volleyball practice. I would come home from volleyball practice. I had a friend that literally lived like across the field, so I could just go stay with her. And so we stayed there for a couple of weeks, and we were looking at all types of different houses. And then my mom had a really good friend who was like, you should move in this house. And this is the house that we're in now. And then, you know, we live in downtown Aner. Love that. But yeah, it's a nice house. Like 2 stories. It's like big, but it's small. But it doesn't have to be like too big because it's just me, my mom, and my stepdad and my dog. Yeah, we like it here. It's just a lot because we got the fire station over there, and they come up and down these roads training and stuff. So the fire truck's always going, and the church is like literally right there. So the bell's going. It's loud. And another thing is we can't have like our four-wheelers and stuff because we can't ride four-wheelers like downtown. So if we want to ride four-wheelers, we got to put them in the trailer, drive all the way down there. Or if we want to go to the river, we got to put the boat on the truck. Well, we got to do that anyways. And we got to ride all the way down there, which I hate. But it's all good. At least I got a house. Yeah. Yep. My sister is about to be 21. Holla. She goes to Francis Marion University. My mom is pretty cool. She's 39 years old, but she looks like she's 32. She's so pretty. OMG. She's so pretty. All my guy friends think she's the hottest thing on this earth. They love her. Let me just say that. My stepdad, he has his own business. Builds cabinets. Yeah. My mom works in Florence. She works at the place that my sister lives at. She's a property manager. And she be getting it. Let me just tell you. I played volleyball for Ainer High School. I go to Ainer schools, of course. And I also play for Grandstand Juniors volleyball. They are a big franchise thing down here. Yeah, it's a good volleyball club to do. I've played with them for 2 years now. Last year I was on a state team for 15 and under. And this year, I don't get it, but I kind of do at the same time. I'm on 14U. But yeah, I love my team. I have 2 siblings. My little brother, who's 4 now. He's the cutest thing ever. Ever. Like, ever. And I have a sister. Her name's Harmony. She's about to be 21. She's 20. Love her. She's like my best friend. But she's so annoying. Let me just tell you that. Y'all meet her sometime whenever she decides to come hang out with me. But, you know, it's all good. Breaking the rules of love. I'm going to tell y'all a little bit about some of my people that I associate with. I won't call most of them my friends. I just call them my classmates or just people I talk to. I'm going to go ahead and tell y'all. Delaney is my best friend. I just hurt my knee. This right here is my best friend. I've known her for 2 years now, but she is my best friend. Best friend. I claim her as my sister. I claim her mama as my mama. I claim her dogs as my dogs. Her makeup is my makeup. We are sisters. Love and score to death. We cry together, laugh together. We do everything together. And I haven't seen her in a couple weeks, and I'm dying. Because I'm grounded for being stupid. But it's all good. Taylor, I have pictures of me and her over there. That girl, we have been friends for forever.
Doing what you got.
Sun is down, freezing cold. That's how we already know. Winner is here. My dog will probably do it for a Louis belt. That's all we know. We don't know nothing else. I tried to show him.
I'm gonna tell y'all a story. When we were younger and we weren't like really that good of friends, like we didn't really know about each other that much, I was feisty, okay? I was an evil little child. When I lived in Myrtle Beach, I threw a crowbar at my sister. I chunked a fork at my sister and then went into her knee. And then whenever we moved to Aner and her and all of her friends would babysit me, I would chase them around the house with knives because they wouldn't let me do what I wanted to. I'm feisty, I'm evil. Do not come for me. Period. Anyways, me and Taylor were in the woods with a few of her other friends. And I was hanging out with this one little girl, like, she was like my little sister at the time. And they wanted her to go hang out with them. And I was like, no, she's hanging out with me. I have to babysit her. And I had this little pocket knife. It was camouflage. It was like this big. It wasn't like this big, but it was like smaller and round. And I chased Taylor around the woods with that knife. And I like cut her wrist with it. T. Anyways. Yeah. But we've been friends for a long time now. She's with me basically every single day. She has long, dark brown hair. She's so pretty and tall. OMG, she's gorgeous. Love her. My mom claims her as her daughter. She is great. And she's so funny. Okay. These two, her, Taylor and Delaney are like amazing. Love them. Kayla Crane, my girl, we've been through it all. Me and Taylor's been through a lot, but me and Kayla have been through so much. I know so much about Kayla, and it's so crazy. Like, she goes through so much, and I can't, like, I'm there for her. Like, I can't not be there for her. Because I love her to death, and she'd do anything for me. Trust me, she has, and she always will. She's a little blonde-headed, blue-eyed, pretty girl. She will hurt you. Just saying. Yeah. She's just that. She's that. She's very honest, like me. Yeah, anyways. There's Molly. We have pictures over there together. We chill at school. We don't really hang outside of school. But that's my girl. Love Molly. Yeah. And there's Camden. OMG. Camden, me and her have been through so much together. We've gotten in trouble so many times over stupid stuff like Jello shots and her eating all my food when I was at school, and her getting kicked out of the house, so she had to come stay with me, and my mom didn't know it until like later on. We were like really, like, we were like best friends, and then we kind of just fell off, but I love her to death, girl. I love you so much. But yeah, this is a hard subject for me to talk about. My all-time best friend sister, partner in crime, my whole everything. Mason McKinley Sellers died May 29th, 2017 from brain cancer. And when I tell you that girl was my best friend, I was either at my house or her house. It was never, I was at another friend's house because I was always at her house. We were best friends before she got diagnosed with cancer. We were best friends through it. And at the beginning of it, there were a lot of misunderstandings with people were thinking that me and this other girl that were really good friends with her, we were making fun of her, but we were not at all. Because I still claim Mason as my best friend. And I would never, ever do that. So it was just a huge misunderstanding. We kind of fell off after that. And then we got it all figured out and got it back together. And she was my girl. I was with her every single weekend. We would walk up and down her road because her nurse told her to go outside and walk around and exercise, and she wouldn't do it. She would do it, but us together was an unbreakable bond. She was so funny. She was literally the funniest girl I knew. She was so sweet, gorgeous. OMG, she was so pretty. She was very outgoing. She was very caring. And on May 29th, I think it was Memorial Day. I was staying at a friend's house that night, well, May 28th, and it was a whole bunch of us. And I woke up the next morning, we were all about to go to the river like we do every Memorial Day. And I woke up, and we were all laughing and chilling and all wrestling each other. And then the girl that I was staying with looks at her phone for a few minutes, and she looks up. She didn't say anything. She just goes, "Mason died." And I said, "What?" Because at this time I didn't have a phone. And I was like, "What?" And she was like, "Yeah, look." And I was looking, and I just broke down. I was like done with. I didn't think I just didn't think there wasn't going to be another light in the days ever again, because that was my best friend. And I was fine. I was okay. I was trying to hold everything in because, like, hey, we're going to the river, so it's okay. And then we went to the river, and I saw my mom, and she runs up to me, and she was like, "Did you hear?" And I said, "Yeah." And we just fell to the ground crying because my mama loved that girl. She would do anything for her. We had a good day at the river. 2 days later, 2 days, 4 days, I don't remember when it was, we went to her funeral. And I will never forget those people that went to her funeral. And I will never forget those people who had nothing to do with her. Who had nothing at all to do with her. Until the day they found out that she had cancer, they had nothing to do with her. And when they saw the post out that she got diagnosed with cancer, they hopped on that train and all of a sudden wanted to be her best friend. I mean, I have all respect for y'all because y'all were good people looking out for her and stuff. But I will never forget those people. I know those people name by name who started talking to her and being friends with her after she got diagnosed with cancer. And I will never forget how much people were at her funeral that would just talk so much and pick on her, or the way she looked, or the things that she did whenever she was here, whenever she's in that hospital bed, and they still went to her funeral. And I have respect for y'all that y'all went to her funeral. I will never forget y'all. I know y'all name by name. And there was so much people there. And I can just remember looking at everyone's faces. And it was so sad. And I mean, I was crying, but I was not crying as hard as I wanted to, because I know if I cried as hard as I wanted to, they probably would have told me to get out, because I probably would have bawled. But I was trying to hold it in, and I was like, it's okay. She's not hurting anymore. It's okay. So I was holding it in. We left the, viewing, and we drove. If it was just a normal drive, it would have taken 15 minutes. But there was over 200 cars going from the viewing to the graveyard. And the whole time in that car, I wasn't with my mom. I was with my friend Taylor and her mom. And the whole time, Taylor was asking questions about her. She was like, is it okay to cry? And her mom was like, of course it is. And I was quiet. And then we got there. And then all that stuff happened. And all those girls that I can name by name, they all come walking up to me crying their eyes out. And they were like, I'm so sad. And I was like, I wasn't crying, because at this point, I was just mad that they had the nerve to show up knowing that they had nothing to do with her until she got diagnosed with cancer. But I mean, y'all do what y'all want to do. There's nothing I can change about that. And I was just like, it's okay. It's fine. And then we all left. And all I can remember is, every time I would go over to her house, we wouldn't do anything but lay in her bed and eat pizza rolls and popsicles and drink as much Mountain Dew as we can until we passed out. I can remember us going to the neighborhood beside hers with some of our friends, and they were throwing the football around, and they hit me with the football in the chest as hard as they could, and I couldn't breathe. And she laughed at me so hard. I remember everything that we did together. I remember going to the Florence Fair with her and her boyfriend. That's my cousin. She was just so funny and so kind-hearted, and that was a huge part of my life. So that's why I'm telling it in this video, because this is a little story about me, but she was my life. She was in my life, and I wouldn't change anything. After that, I went into a deep sadness. I wouldn't call it a depression or anything, but it was I was never happy after that. But it was close to being summer. I got some new friends, all that fun stuff, had a good summer. I was never, ever at home, unless it was for volleyball practice, and right after volleyball practice, I'd go right back to my friend's house, and I basically lived with her. Some stuff happened, good and bad. August, got in huge trouble, and then my mom took me shopping. And then school started. A lot of stuff happened last year. Holy crap. I was just on a roll. I was getting in trouble all the time, but it's okay. It's all good, because turned into this. But yeah. That school year ended off with a huge bang. Because, you know, I didn't like anybody. Still don't like anybody because I don't like Aner, period. But I really didn't associate with that much people last year because I was just my own person. I was like, I don't even care. Like, get out of my face. And then, so I left that. Had a good summer in 2018. Let me just tell you, I was with her 24/7. And then my house burned down. I was still with her. My sister moved down here. It's crazy because my sister moved down here the day before it all happened. And I was like, what the heck? I was ballistic. Yeah. For me as a person to like do a video like this, it's like hard. But y'all probably like, why is it hard? Just tell something about yourself. It's hard for me to talk about sadness and my best friend passing away and my house burning down. But there's nothing but good things to come out of this. Like, I've met so much good people. I've met a lot of horrible people that I wish I didn't even know who they are. But at the same time, I'm like, I'm glad I met you guys because there might be something good coming out of this. You never know. But I'm supposed to be moving to Atlanta soon. I'm going to be homeschooled, playing elite volleyball. It's going to be good. But I hope you guys enjoyed this boring video. Yeah. Subscribe, like, do whatever. I was just bored and wanted to make this. But I hope y'all liked it.
I remember math class, I ain't do shit, I was just zen out. Now